Have you ever wondered, if tomorrow was the end of the world, what would you do? Maybe our busy daily lives make us forget and lose faith in fanciful stories, like the earth will go through the apocalypse. Well, so are we. We also thought that the end of the world was not realistic. Even if it happened, it wouldn't be our turn to go through it. That will be a story far in the future. But we were wrong. We often whisper to each other the questions, if only people could believe that day, and, if tomorrow was the end of the world, what would you do? Earth. H City, Year 2 XXX. The Earth is going through an unprecedented crisis. A meteor shower hit the Earth, destroying more than half of the land area. Aftershocks from them also cause natural disasters and earthquakes to occur continuously. Humanity has suffered countless casualties, most of which have been damaged since the first meteor shower. And lucky survivors like us are going through the most miserable days. There are times when we even wonder, is survival really lucky? The end of the world had been foretold by a prophet, but back then we thought he was a madman who had nothing to do with his free time. Living in panic, not knowing what will happen tomorrow. We had to move continuously to the areas of least destruction in order to stay alive. Food was not enough for many people, even though we desperately searched from dangerous places. And just like that, every day more people leave forever. Among them there is a person who holds the most important position in our hearts.
I don't want to live anymore, bro. Maybe tomorrow I will be the one to die.
Hayes told me. Don't joke. Death is not a pleasant thing. I angrily scolded Hayes back, but those were just powerless swear words because we also had no strength left. Hayes said,
I'm so frustrated. Every day we have to live in worry. Maybe dying is a liberation. Not to mention, Helena is gone forever. She is the driving force of my life. Without her, what is the meaning of life?
I silently looked up at the sky. My name is Dominic, the guy I'm talking to is Hayes, and the person he mentioned is Helena. The three of us are childhood friends. We live in the same neighborhood and have played together since childhood. We are all orphans adopted by kind people in the neighborhood. Without the love from our parents, we all have deep sympathy for each other. We have relied on each other for a long time from childhood until now, when we are both 18 years old. We made a vow to be together for a lifetime, but unexpectedly, only a small step in life, one of us said goodbye first. Hayes and I both have a secret that we don't want the other to know, that is, we both secretly love Helena. We loved her but never confessed for fear our good relationship would not be the same. Although it's called a secret that we don't want the other to know, we've known this for a long time between us. Well, loving someone is not an easy thing to hide. However, we still never once mentioned it in front of each other. We just don't know one thing, does Helena know our feelings, and if she does, who will she choose? On the day when the meteor shower fell on Earth, Helena was the one who discovered something unusual through her intuition. Thanks to that, we escaped the first crisis. We have guided each other to survive each day. We gathered with other survivors and traveled together to the areas least affected by natural disasters. But Helena's female fragile body couldn't hold on after a month, and as a result, she died right in the arms of the two of us. That day, our whole world collapsed. Hayes is an emotional guy, he cried as soon as Helena died. In an emotional moment, he almost did the foolish act of following her. Even though I was also deeply saddened, I was much more sober than he was. For me, both Hayes and Helena are indispensable pieces in life. I don't want to lose anyone. I've lost Helena, I can't let the rest of the pieces disappear. Thanks to my advice and the group of people accompanying us, Hayes was more alert. But time will increasingly wear down human will. Experiencing hard days, our bodies have also become weak, the will to survive is also exhausted. That's why when I heard the last words from Hayes, I myself was no longer so angry. I was just wondering, is death really liberating? After thinking for a while, I said to Hayes, "You're right. I am also slowly losing faith in this life. But if I die, I won't let you die first." Hayes seemed a bit surprised by my answer. But a second later he turned around and smiled. The group's food was not much, but the way to the safe area was still far away. I knew that if it stayed like this, the group would definitely not be able to hold out until then. That day, the whole group of us sat around the fire. Hayes and I looked at each other, then I opened my mouth to announce, "Tomorrow, Hayes and I will separate from the group to go separately." The middle-aged leader of the group turned to him with a pale face and asked,
"Why do you have to do this? Our group never abandoned anyone."
I replied with a small smile. "Yes, I know the kindness of people. But continuing to live like this is not the way. There are also women and children in the group, so it's best to save for them. We'll be fine." The leader was about to say something but stopped. All that evening everyone had a sad expression on their faces, no one said a word. At night, Hayes and I packed up our luggage, including Helena's, to prepare to leave. We still keep Helena's luggage because it's the only memento that she left at the moment. Hayes turned to me and asked,
Where are we going now?
I propped my chin to think for a moment and then said, "Let's go back to the old way. If you die anyway, then let's go to the same place with Helena." Hayes said,
Very true of me. Only you understand me.
So we made our way back to where Helena died. We're still in our prime, so it's still possible to survive for a few more days. After many hardships, we finally reached the place where Helena closed her eyes. By that time, it was already dark. Both were tired, so they stretched out and went to sleep immediately. I woke up in the morning, when the sun had not yet risen. Hayes was still sleeping beside me. The landscape around me was now completely devastated. Compared to the last time we came here, it was much worse. This area has really been listed as a dangerous area, likely to be wiped off the map at any time. But, we don't care about that now. Even though it wasn't morning yet, I still couldn't get back to sleep. I walked over to a cliff, sat on it, and gazed out into the distance. I remember Helena, remember the beautiful days when the three of us were still together. Unknowingly, I have opened the luggage of Helena. Inside the suitcase was a ruffled white round-neck maxi dress. The dress is half-calf length, long sleeves and bell sleeve design. This is Helena's favorite dress. She wore it many times in front of us, she looked like a gentle and elegant fairy. Beneath the neatly folded dress was a white lace lingerie set, black bra straps and a black bow to give the lingerie a distinct look. Even in the most dangerous situation, she still wants to bring her favorite outfit. In addition, there is also a simple makeup kit. Just as I was about to close the backpack, I suddenly realized that there was a letter inside. I know it's not polite to read other people's letter, but at this point, I'm not in the mood to care about it anymore. I picked up the letter and read it through. In the letter it was written,
"Hello Dominic and Hayes. Maybe by the time either of you read this letter, I was gone. Honestly, I hope the person who read it are Dominic. As I write this letter, I know I don't have much time left. We had a lot of fun times together. Even until the Earth suffers a catastrophic destruction, I am very happy that we are still together, not a second away. But every party comes to an end. I know my body can't take it anymore. I had to say goodbye to the two of you. But I don't expect to see you two again in heaven anytime soon. Try to survive." Actually, I already knew the love you two had for me. But I don't want to say it because I'm afraid our friendship will be broken. I'm so sorry, Dominic. Although I know you love me very much, when it comes to love, I love Hayes. Hayes is a vulnerable person, so I feel like I want to be with him more. I think Dominic is a tough and comprehensive person. It would be easier for you to live without me. I hope that when you read the letter, you will not be angry with me, and please continue to treat Hayes well. There's no way I can write a happy ending to our relationship, but if you can, I hope you'll make it. The words I want to say only come here. Goodbye, you two. I like you two very much, before, now, and forever.
Holding the letter in my hand, I couldn't hold back my tears. I don't cry because I'm not the chosen one. I cried because I finally heard the words from the bottom of Helena's heart. She commissioned me to write the best ending for our relationship. She wants me to take care of Hayes because he is an emotional person, easy to hurt. Although I don't need her to say it, I will definitely still treat Hayes well. But what about her request? Up to now, we have almost reached the end of our life. Is there any way I can write the most fulfilling ending for our relationship? Looking at Hayes still sleeping soundly outside, then looking at the backpack in my hand, I seemed to know what to do. I chose a discreet corner near the river bank and took off all my clothes. I went down to the river to take a bath and wash off the dirt on my body. Although the river water was no longer fresh, it was still good compared to my decaying body. I looked at my body from top to bottom. Where is the old strong body? I've looked as thin as a girl, my hair has reached half of my back. I went ashore to dry myself, using the comb in Helena's makeup kit to tidy up my hair. After my body was dry, I took Helena's panties, slided it over my legs and pulled it up. That's right, you didn't hear wrong. I believe this is the most perfect way to write the happy ending between us. Women's panties are a bit tight compared to my men's underwear, but are lighter, so overall to me, it's still very comfortable. Next, I put my hands through the bra straps, fixed it on my chest and tried to fasten the hook behind. This step was a bit difficult, but fortunately, I succeeded after a few tries. The feeling of wearing a bra is quite strange, but it is not difficult for me to get used to the situation. After putting on the lingerie set, I wrapped my arms around my own body. I am feeling right now, Helena is share same a body with me. I hugged myself as I was hugging her. Next I put on the white dress. My body is already pretty thin, so this women's dress fits me perfectly. Next, I took out her makeup kit and did my own makeup. I used to have experience in applying makeup while working part-time at a TV station in the past. My skills aren't that great, but they're not bad either. The sun was now high, but due to the impact of the disaster, since then, the earth has never been really bright. The sky during the day is just like the evening sky. Hayes just opened his eyes. He rubbed his eyes a little to wake up and then turned his face to the right. He was startled when he saw me standing next to him in Helena's outfit. Maybe in that moment, Hayes felt like Helena had returned. But after a while, Hayes was more awake. He turned to me and asked,
"So what?"
I didn't say anything, just took the letter Helena left and gave it to Hayes, then quietly sat down next to him. After reading the letter, Hayes's eyes flashed a complicated look at me. He said,
"Sorry, Dominic, I didn't think things would turn out like this."
I gently shook my head, raised my hand to touch Hayes's cheek. Hayes continued,
"But actually when I see you in this form, I'm very happy. I feel like the three of us are together again."
At this moment, the sky suddenly changed dramatically. Another meteor shower came and knocked everything around. At that moment, we knew we were going to meet our lovely friend Helena from Neverland. At the last moment of my life, I turned to Hayes and touched both hands to his cheeks. I looked at him with affectionate eyes and said the last words. Even though I don't want to accept it, you are the one Hayes loves. But as a best friend, I'm still glad you're happy. Now, Helena is no longer here to share her feelings with you. But let me fulfill her last wish. Do you remember Helena used to ask us, if tomorrow was the end of the world, what would you do? I think I have found the answer by now. If tomorrow is the end of the world, I will spend the rest of my time with my dear friends. Saying that, I pulled Hayes closer and kissed him on the lips. My arms wrapped around his body. Hayes also closed his eyes, kissed me and hugged my body. A second later, the space around us was white. We vaguely felt Helena raising her hand to wave to us in the distance. We are together again, and this time maybe forever. It's probably the most fulfilling ending I've written for our good relationship.